Hi there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Thank you for joining me today. All the excitement is still going on, of course, because our new catalogue has launched. So I can actually show you inside. So I want to show you this card today. It would have made sense, of course, had I actually opened the catalogue at the right page. 143. So this is the Nature's Poems suite. Can you see that? Yes, you can. It's gorgeous. It's great for all sorts of projects, male, female, everything. It comes with this beautiful two set stamp, which I will look at with you in a moment, and some beautiful designer series paper, cardstock pack. There's leaves, trinkets, twine, all sorts. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The colours are amazing. So in the suite. And so what am I going to... Oh yes, and there's a bundle, dare I say. There are die cuts or dies, and because they are bundled, you save 10%, which is brilliant because it's being a double stamp set. It's not the cheapest in the catalogue, but because you get 10% off, that really helps. So of course, because it's got lots of colours in the suite, I'm showing you a fairly neutral design. I apologise if the lighting is a bit weird today. We have had thunderstorms over the last 48 hours in Oxfordshire, and indeed, as I'm filming this, there have been reports of flooding overnight. So it's all a bit strange. It was glorious sunshine just now, and now of course it's overcast and not great. Anyway, so this is our card. It's an odd fold for me, but none the worse for that. It's very much neutral on neutral, so this is the lovely new grey granite. Isn't that just gorgeous? Really nice warm grey, which we've been missing. And I've got vellum, I've got stamping only in grey granite, and then I've just got this little hint of copper thread. And I have done a little bit of stamping on the inside as well. So I have done a bit of prep, but not all of it. So let's get started. What I have done is already stamp and die cut some of the elements. I've stamped these off so that they're a slightly lighter shade. I have also, but I will explain to you how I've done it, I have embossed some leaves because this die set is amazing. So let me show you what you get. You get, you get a nice sticky sheet. You get dies to cut out some of the trees, you get dies to cut out the leaves, but you also get these 3 dies which emboss, so dry emboss. Now, there is a trick to this. If you, can I show you this one? Will it, will it pick it up? I'm hoping it will. Maybe. Can you see that? If I come a little bit, a little bit closer. I've got a tiny weeny screen, so I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that that's reasonably well embossed? On vellum, because vellum is thinner, it's not as easy. So what I would recommend that you do, let's go back one. So in the catalogue, there are explanations about how to use the various sorts of dies, because we have standard dies, detailed dies, and embossing dies, and these obviously are embossing dies. And it says use the magnetic platform, standard cutting pad, single sheet of paper, the die, and then another cutting pad. And that's great on cardstock, and that's what you get when you do it on Very Vanilla, which is the thinner Very Vanilla. Obviously on a thicker cardstock, like any of the colours, it will be even more deeply embossed. But on vellum, it doesn't work quite so easily. So I put in a shim of cardstock, just so that it's got that extra push. And I put it, so I put down the cardstock, then the vellum, then the die. So where it says single sheet of paper, it's standard cardstock, vellum, die, cutting pad. So that's that really. Now there is a new trick in the catalogue, or a new set of bits. Let me see if I can find them. So we've got the new embossing mats. Those are not for this sort of die. These are if you are changing a thinlet or an edgelet or a framelet into an embossed image. How do I know that? Because I tried using that instead, and all I've done is managed to tear one of the embossing mats. So don't do that. My mistake is so you learn. Anyway, so I have embossed these and die cut them out. So that's those. So let us get started. Pop those away while I remember. Oops, while I remember to do so. So first things first. Dimensions as ever linked below. Remember, I've got a new blog, so the links look slightly different from how they used to. Let me show you the stamp set, probably the best place to start. Two bits, so you've got 1 of 2 and 2 of 2, and these are shown to scale. So you've got all sorts of lovely images. They go really well with Lovely as a Tree, and that's for a reason. They were meant to go really well with Lovely as a Tree. So yeah, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Almost all of those stamps have a die to match. In fact, the only ones that don't are the sentiments and the big plank of wood or cut of wood. Everything else has got a die. I have got a piece of grey granite that I've cut long and skinny and scored down the middle. So that will be my card base. So let's just get that folded. So that is raring to go. So that's my base. Then I have got 3 sheets of Whisper White, 2 that are the same size, 1 for the outside and 1 for the inside. That's got wet, so I'll turn that over. 1 for the inside, 1 for the outside, and then these are my standard main size mats, so 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Metric is on my blog. And this is 5.5 by 3 3/4, and again metric is on my blog, so it's only very, very, very fractionally smaller, but that's intentional. So the first thing I have done is, apart from die cut those bits out, is I've taken the and that one. I've taken the skeleton leaves, and with my grey granite ink pad, and it's one of our lovely new ink pads, which I'm still slightly getting used to, but they are, the more you use them, the easier they become because they wear in, but also the easier you find them because you're used to using them that way. So I've got both my leaves on one block, it just saves a block. So the first thing I am going to do is ink up my bigger leaf. Now, is there a right way and a wrong way? Yes, I think there is, and I think that's probably that way. So stamp that off because I want a paler look. And just in the bottom corner, I'm going to build up a few of those, and it's going to look a bit messy in the middle, and I actually don't care. Then with the smaller leaf, and again I need to have that the right way up, which actually, because I'm doing it the other way up, is that way. So ink that up, stamp off, and just fill in a bit at the bottom. And that's just to have something to ground everything on. And then while I've got the leaves out, getting one of my larger pieces of cardstock. Oh good, my husband has decided that using the strimmer is a stonkingly good idea. Apologies if there is noise off. Whoops, didn't stamp that off properly. So I'm just going to pop these down in the bottom corner of the inside of my card, and I'm doing that really, really pale. Just like that. So there's just something down in the bottom corner of my card. So I will need that again. So let's pop that to one side and grab, I'm using the sentiment "You Are Wonderful," which fits quite nicely on the classic label punch. So I have a scrap of Whisper White, and Let's use an end, always better when you're using a punch to use an end. I'm doing this full strength and just stamping that down, and there we are, that's that done. That, I think, yep, is all the stamping I need to do. So let's grab my new chamois, which is in the annual catalogue, new and shiny. This is, it's brilliant. It fits in one of our ordinary stamp cases, which helps keep it moist, but all you need is for it to be wet, and that can be wet with just water. You can rinse it out, you can use it again and again. It's going to be great for travelling with. I still like our Stampin' Scrub, but this for just quick, easy is brilliant. Don't worry if it dries out, it's meant to, and you just reinvigorate it with more water. So, whoops, I didn't clean everything off. So I've merrily stamped everything and merrily not cleaned everything off. So while I'm yabbering, let's clean everything. So there we go. Right, okay, and I can pop those away later. So let's grab our classic, sorry, everyday label punch, let's get it right, and pop that in there, and you will see that that fits really nicely. Don't need my scrap of paper anymore. So I've got another scrap, purely for no good reason, of Whisper White and the 2-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch that out. So that's that. I've already punched, the reason I've already punched it is because I lost it on my table, because look, it disappears, a piece of vellum using the Starburst punch. So those are my 2 bits taken out of my scrap of vellum. So we have everything, hurrah! Okay, let's pop all of that down on the floor out of the way and get this put together. So, always useful to have the card that you're copying near at hand and all the bits. So, first thing I'm going to do is start building up my circle, and I'm doing that actually from the back. Because that way I can stick things up. So most of it's going to be, well, it's going to be on a sort of diagonal. So the first thing I need is my large leaf, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a shape. And then on the back of my Whisper White circle, I'm going to add some dimensionals. And then take those off. Oh no, that was wrong. Isn't it lovely when you actually think about what you're doing? So can I get these off? No, let's just get another circle. It's going to be like watching paint dry otherwise, trying to see me peel those off. So get the right punch. Because what I forgot to do was put my vellum circle in, or Starburst punch in. You'd think I'd planned this, wouldn't you? Don't you just love that? Just because we've got a new catalogue doesn't mean that I'm any more organised. I had decided I was going to be, but you know, never happens. Why would I be organised? Oops, snail. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, so on the back, I'm going to pop. Actually, I might actually do a bit of a change. So I'm going to use my vellum to my dimensionals. That's the word I'm looking for, to stick things down with. So, okay. Those I will leave as they are, and then behind this one I'm going to add, let's see, it's going to go that way, I'm going to just add my little leaf. Actually, no, I'm going to pop that on with a glue dot because it's too far. The whole thing's too far in. Or, yeah, in. That is the word I'm looking for. Oops, we're going here, aren't we? So pop that there. Then, yeah, I have made this before, so you'd think I'd remember how to do it, wouldn't you? I'm all a bit thrown. We started, today is actually the day that everything went live, and sleep seems to have been a bit of an optional extra for me. That's too far across, so let's move that a bit. I've got a cat who wants to come in and isn't going to be allowed. It's Dear Old Mustard, who, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, will know had rather an accident recently and has had to have her leg bandaged for a very long time, and now she doesn't want to be anywhere other than near us, which is great, but it's slightly limiting. So I've just chopped this in bits, and I'm going to pop another glue dot there and just pop that under there. And basically what I'm doing is just building up where everything is going. I'm going to take the ends off these because they will be too big otherwise, and then again this one I'm going to stick down rather than up, so the glue dot goes underneath rather than on top of my image. And this one again I'm going to stick down rather than up, so again glue dot. If I wanted it to stick underneath the circle, I'd stick it on the top, but because I want to stick it below the circle, I'm going to just pop it underneath here. So I don't know if you can see, there's all sorts of mush going on in there, including somehow I've ended up with two dimensionals, one on top of the other. Never mind, it's fine. It's really fine. Okay, so this I'm going to stick some, I'll say it's fine, it's annoying the bejeebers out of me. So let's peel that off, and move it out of the way. See, you do get everything with me. None of this clean, sanitized, only a pro can do it malarkey. You get it as it is. So on the back of this I'm going to add some of my copper thread, and I need quite a lot, so let's just chop that down. Okay, the trick with this is just to go for it, and it will end up looking like a bit of a mush, and that's fine. So a bit of snail, and what I like to do is kind of stick near the ends first, and then I just build it up, move it round, generally put it in a bit of a smush. There is no right or wrong. You can have it terribly organised if you want, if you're that sort of person. Guess what? I'm not. The day I become organised is going to be a bit frightening. So then add some more snail just so that we've got something to stick onto. Pop that on top. Then snail on here. This is where, you know, in days of old I might have used fast fuse, but we don't have it anymore, and snail is good. So let's use it. Right, so for the front of the card generally I like to use liquid adhesive, so on multi-purpose, and because I don't generally like to use multi-purpose adhesive on our ordinary Whisper White, but because I've got two layers, that's fine. And the reason I don't like to do that is it can show through, because it is slightly dimensional. Shouldn't be two-dimensional because two-dimensional, sorry, two as in T-O-O dimensional, because you shouldn't be using too much. So, but it does tend to show through a wee bit. So that was a bit of a muddle through. Good grief, 20 minutes to make a card. So there we are. They're slightly different. This one is distinctly more disorganised. Can't think why. But a really nice neutral card. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, please do consider subscribing. It's the bottom right-hand corner, about there. As I say, all the information will be over on my blog, including the products I've used and the dimensions. If you want to see my blog posts regularly, you can sign up to either get those, by email. So every time I blog, you will get an email to say, excuse me, there's something new. And also you can sign up to my newsletter. So all good stuff. Thank you very much indeed for watching me, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye!